Christmas, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful transition, guys. I am so glad to be here tonight on a special night for 1515 production, guys. And guys, you just hear that beautiful selection from the legendary Eddie Jones. Welcome tonight.
Thank you. Nice to be here with you guys, I tell you. I'm happy to be able to celebrate this part of Christmas with everyone out there tonight. Mm-hmm. And I hope I can bring some joy and some sweetness into your life as we talk about Jesus Christ being born today, of this month.
Yes.
Jesus Christ being born this month, and the reason for the season. Mm-hmm. It's not all about the guy with the bag of all gifts and everything. It's about Jesus Christ.
Right.
And people, I want you all to realize that that's what it's for.
Right.
The biggest thing is people have changed the feeling of Christmas and turned it into a financial gains situation. You know, you can go in the store and buy everything except the Bible. Mm-hmm. If you go into Walmart and ask where are the Bibles, they have to scratch their head. I'm not really sure where they're located.
Yeah.
But you say, can you get me a picture of Santa Claus? Oh, there's 3,000 over there, there's 8,000 over here, and whatever kind of Santa Claus you want.
Right.
And okay, how about reindeer? Oh, tons of reindeer. There's lots of that. Okay, now get back to the first question now. While you've had time to talk about Santa, have you recollected where the Bibles are located?
Right.
No, I still don't know. Mm-hmm. And this is what the problem is right now.
Well, you know, I'm so glad that you started that out, Eddie. You know, I did a little research on you, man. I started, as soon as you Google that name, all this stuff started coming out, man. Wow, and that is a beautiful thing that you just said, because so much stuff that's going on in this world with terrorism, and it just don't even seem like the right holidays. But let's get back on something joyful. That's what you came here. You and the guys came here. Y'all trying to warm up the night around here tonight. Amen. But I wanted to say is, I was doing a little research on you, and then I said, what's this Slim Guitars, then Dr. Guitars? First, before we get into how you came about the name, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started, I'll give you the whole bit. Back in years and years ago, when I was 11 years old, I got to be on my first television show, very similar to this, actually.
Okay.
And it encouraged me to think about that. Mm-hmm. And someone had given my grandmother a guitar. Right. And I picked up playing what I did from that. Mm-hmm. Another encouragement, we lived on a farm in Roanoke, was there was a fellow sitting on the fence outside of our area, and he was playing such a sweet guitar. Right. And I had to come down. It was about like half a block, distance from where I was. And I went down to this fellow. I'd never seen him before. And I heard him play. I said, what was that? And he showed me some things on the guitar as a little kid. And I've never forgotten what he showed me. And I've never seen him before or since. Right. So I believe that God sent an angel to guide me in this direction. Mm-hmm. The next thing, I played with Frankie Lyman. I did a lot of things growing up.
I'm glad you said that, because I was wondering, I had heard some of the things on there, and I said, I wonder, have you played with some Masonry groups? Because when I did a Google search, and then the music compile came up, and I heard all these great songs, and I want to say Complicated, or, you know, and all these other great music, you know, it just seemed like the legendary musician, music today. Do you listen to any of the music today going on?
To be honest, I listen to what's left. Okay, of music.
Right.
And the rest of it is machines.
Yeah.
gadgets, and you push a button and it just plays everything for you, and you change the button and plays something else. And once you've learned what the machine plays, is that's it. You don't have to do any more of that. But actual from the heart, there's not a tremendous amount of heart music out there, straight from the heart, soul.
So that's when I heard some of your guitars, I said, man, it's like B.B. King. The greats. I mean, let me ask you a question about that. With his passing, how is that with the legendary guitars around? Do you feel like that was like one of the giants just gone? He was tremendous. He was an influence on me as well. Yeah? I think B.B. King is an influence on just about every music string instrument player. Yeah. Just about everybody. I would say B.B. King has an effect. He changed the gender of enjoyment in music because he brought something that wasn't being noticed before. We've been playing blues guitar for many years, but we were in the background. Like play at a soup kitchen or something. Maybe you see somebody or there's maybe a shoe shine thing and the guy standing beside it playing. But BB was one of the pioneers that brought it to the point of being noticed. And I believe that I have to give England credit. Yeah, I see. That's why I was wondering. You had played like all around the world. I was just saying. I mean, it's just fascinating when you say that point because a lot of musicians might not have gotten noticed here. They go overseas and they're a big star. Exactly. They're in France and Germany as well. And those places recognize the music ability. And they don't have any set notions about how to perceive us. Let's face it, we have a hard time getting noticed. No matter how great a song we write, it's not noticed until the other gender play the same song. And then all of a sudden it's the greatest song in the world. That's great, man. Before we get into more music and stuff, can we just go around and just let everybody knows who's these in the great bands? Stars that I have around me here? This guy, he's so sharp, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. So he's down ready for the occasion, man. I mean, he putting me to shine. Women, don't take that man. He might be burned. But man, what's your name?
My name is Johnny Lee Long.
Johnny be good, huh?
Johnny be good.
All right. And your man, sir,
Francisco Rollins.
Francisco. That's my man. And Frank Cheatham. Frank, thank you guys. This is wonderful. I'm glad to be here tonight with a legendary. And I'm glad to be around these guys. And I'm very fortunate to have them with me tonight. Yeah. Yes, we don't have good music no more, so we're going to hear some good music tonight. Amen. Amen. Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is let the break and go ahead and play some good music, guys. That's what we came here to hear tonight. Only on 1515 production. Okay.
song I would like to do, Away in the Manger, because you have to realize that Jesus was a little baby, helpless to the world at the time. Wise men coming to praise him, this beautiful child that God had sent to this earth. This song, Away in the Manger, is our way of blessing the child, Jesus. Thank you very much for listening to that song today. If any of you feel that this music is doing anything for you, if you have any comments, you just call the station and let them know how you are feeling at this moment. Any questions you would like to ask, you could just call in and ask questions. And anybody here in the group has feelings as well, and you can ask them questions about Christmas and the reason for the season. And I believe that Christmas is a time for joy. No matter what situations there are some people that don't even have jobs, and they are still able to be happy. The weather is not wonderful, and you can still be able to be happy. And the biggest thing is we have to realize that the way things are going on around the world, people are trying to take our joy away from us, right? And we have to realize that joy is given to us by God Himself. And you can't take anything away from God. So the one thing you have to do is to hold on to the joy that you have within your own self and just manifest within that joy. It could be a small joy. Just a joy to know that you're alive is a joy. A joy to know that you have friends. It's a joy to know that you are who you are. And believe me, if God made you, you are wonderful. God makes everything perfect. He makes everything beautiful. You are beautiful because God said He's going to make you beautiful. And be thankful for that. We thank you for tuning in today to listen to this wonderful, wonderful bunch of fellows here playing. Mr. Kidd, would you like to have something to say today about Christmas at all?
Well, yes, I always have something to say about Christmas. To me, I had a little tragedy through one time during Christmas time, but I realize now that it's more important than gifts and presents and just things under the Christmas tree. What interested me now is that God, that who died for me and give me life, and just to be alive and to have family and to be together and share love amongst the family.
Amen.
Not
Amen.
just only presents and what I'm going to have and what I'm going to give. It's all about giving, not receiving. So Christmas means a lot. So that's what I can say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Long, I know you have a lot to say to us today. We'd like to hear your opinions and so forth about Christmas, sir.
Well, I tell you, a lot of things you said, it was absolutely true about Christmas.
Okay.
I think the best thing that I can have for Christmas is just to be here, have the opportunity to be here to see it, and then afterwards. That would be the best gift for me, is just to be able to be here, see Christmas come in, see Christmas go out, see New Year's come in, see New Year's go out. So for all those who looking for gifts and looking for presents and stuff like that, I tell you, the best gift and best present you can have is be available and the opportunity. Those are the only two things you can have right now, the availability and the opportunity. So if you can have those two at Christmas time, you got it going on.
Okay, I'm going to also ask our wonderful, wonderful pianist, organist, bassist, drummist, singers, just you name it. He's got talent everywhere, all over him. All right? I'm going to ask you to give your thoughts on Christmas.
Well, Jesus is the reason for the season, and it is Jesus who blessed me with the gifts that I have to
Amen.
play many instruments and be a blessing to you, helping you out on this
Amen.
occasion. And it's all about Him, really. And family, fellowship, and friends. I mean, every Christmas I look forward to spending time with my family and friends, eating and just laughing, having a good time. But we just can't forget what it's all about. And it is about Jesus. And that's what I have to say about it.
Amen.
Well, that was very nice, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate your comments. Okay, Jesus is the reason for the season. Did you write a song about that?
There was a song.
Oh, okay,
I'm a
okay.
musician.
Okay, all right. Jesus is the reason for the season, which is so true. We're all here to celebrate Christmas and within our hearts and in our soul and our minds. And the big thing, too, that we have to realize is to make others feel good, you know? It's not all about us, all the me. No, not always. You can be happy to know that you can be very happy to know that you have given some of your spirit. It's not about this big, huge gift, this Rolls Royce you can drive up and hand the keys. It's not about that. It's just about giving some of your love to someone else. And that person has something he can take away and keep forever. It never rusts. It never deteriorates. It just gets bigger and stronger. You don't even have to do anything to it. It's just the love that you give will stay with that person forever. They can take it to the grave with them. The biggest thing in this season that people forget is others. You give people gifts, you think, now if I give them a gift, I'm all right, I'm cool, you know. I just gave them a gift, and that's all it takes. You know, here, take that and wrap that here way, and that's it. But that's not it. The gift giving is because we demonstrate that God gave us His Son. His Son came on this earth to try to help us to straighten it out. It was getting kind of rough. And He came here to try to bring back love and so forth to this earth. And God sent His only Son. He tried everything else, and He sent His Son, His perfect Son, to this earth to try to straighten it out and bring some love back into the earth. And the way things were, that people didn't appreciate His love. They took advantage of Him. They did a lot of things to Jesus. And so when we're celebrating the fact that He came to do that, the fact is that He came to give His love to human beings on this earth. And the giving that we do, the gifts and stuff that we do, is the same situation as if we're participating in the giving ceremony as God gave to us. That's what that's all about. Today we have a guest in the house. We have a tremendous talent, along with all of this talent. We have a gentleman here today that's going to really, really show you something beautiful. As guitars, basses, keyboards, and things are being played, no one realizes that someone had to make them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Somebody had to make these things.
Somebody put their hands on it.
Somebody put their hands on it. Somebody had to invent the instrument. From a log, way back in the day, beating on a log and sending signals, you know.
Smoke.
That's smoke. They're communicating with smoke. I'm not talking, okay, all right. And the thing is that it grew from primitive instruments, and somebody blew into a piece of bark, and it made a noise. That became another instrument. They were hitting reeds, and they'd twang, ding dong, and that became another instrument. And it developed to the point that we got these modern, absolutely gorgeous masterpieces. Okay. And I am so terrifically honored today that we have here with us one of the greatest guitar makers that I have ever met. His name is Tommy Rodriguez. And he's here. Let's all give him a applause. All right, come on now. Amen. All right. Now we're going to have Mr. Thomas Rodriguez to come up. Come up, Mr. Rodriguez. Okay. I've got the famous Tommy Rodriguez sitting here beside me here, and he's going to blow your mind. He has a lot of his parts and things here to show you as to how a guitar starts off from air and turns into this marvelous instrument. Okay? Now I got to tell you something. I was blessed to meet Tommy Rodriguez. There's a long story, but I won't go into all of that right now. But the thing is, I was blessed. And the result of this blessing is this very guitar that I'm playing right now. Just look at that. Can you see that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. That's the most beautiful guitar I've ever seen, to be honest about it. And not just because it's mine, but it really is beautiful. Tommy made this guitar for me. Can you see his name, Rodriguez, on their head there? Right? And he wrote real small, my name, Eddie Jones. But that's all right. Okay. But this guitar is made for me by Tommy Rodriguez. Tommy, glad to have you with us, man. I'm telling you, man.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Can you, Tommy, explain to us about all this wood that we have in front of us? Is there any way you can focus in on the table at all? Okay. Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, One of the things that I've been doing a lot lately that I just love is reclaiming old woods. And when you reclaim old woods, they weren't necessarily meant to make an instrument. So you have to work around things. And I brought this, which was cut off of the peg head of a guitar that I was making. And as you can see, I narrowly missed the screw hole. But
Wow.
but the wood in this came from a 1860s square piano.
Ooh.
And when you find wood like that, you know you have to make it work. And so I did. And sometimes there have been some that I've been cut into, and I just totally missed the imperfection, and
yes.
it goes in the fireplace. But this one made it, and just barely, as you can see. The width
Wow,
of the
that
saw
gives it the
blade.
character, though. You know, it gives it the
And,
character.
I have a neck blank right here. Where
Okay.
you can sort of see the whole process again, where you have a screw hole here.
Oh, wow.
And a nail hole here.
Wow.
And the neck will be cut right here, and so that'll be gone.
Okay, you just cut right past those imperfections.
And a lot of, you see in guitar magazines, and they always talk about, what wood is best. And it's all in how you approach it and how you build with it. And a lot of these are non-traditional woods, but they're so old and so well seasoned that they just make wonderful instruments. This guitar that I brought in is all salvaged from old pianos.
Wow. It looks like the early guitar that Leo Fender made.
Yes, it's
Yes.
my stylized version of his very first guitar, which he
Wow.
called the Snakehead, because it had the 3 on a side tuners, which he later, by his second prototype, he went to the 6 in a line that everybody knows.
Yes.
And I've always loved that guitar, and this was just an opportunity for me to try it out.
To make one.
But this body is sassafras, and it's from a 100-year-old piano.
See that? Wow.
And it's and I did my best to try and blend the pieces together, because these are the back supports, and it's 5 pieces, but it looks like 1 or 2, and it's just.
That
And
is
then
so
the
beautiful.
neck is red birch from another 100-year-old piano, and once again it was those back supports.
So that guitar is worth a fortune. Wow,
And
because of the old wood.
I made this and put it in a store, and then had a show coming up, and I
When you got it
you
back.
know, it was this sounded so good that I went and grabbed it today and said, I'm just going to keep it.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. We're very blessed to have it. This Leo Fender was one of the pioneers of guitar making back in the 50s, I think.
He made his. He started out in the early 40s.
In the 40s, even.
doing making amps and lap steels, and then in 1949 he made the first prototype of electric guitar,
So
and then they went into production in 1950.
Wow. So this is why he has that particular sound, that bright sound, because he has the sound of the steel guitar in his head, and he created that sound in a regular lead guitar, which so many guitarists are using that sound everywhere in every genre of music. It cuts through on a record. It's not laid back that you have to look for the guitar. It just comes straight through. No matter, not because it's louder. It's just because it blends in between all the other instruments and just fills up those spaces. I had a chance to meet Leo when I was in London, and we talked about guitars and stuff. And when he walked away, I was doing a NAMM show over there. I'll go back. I'll take it back a step. While I was in England, I made guitars. I didn't make no Rodriguez's, but I made guitars, right? And they became, pretty famous with some of the people that I made for. Actually, I made the bass that John Entwistle used in the movie Tommy.
Oh.
In the shape, or weird shape thing. That's what he wanted, so that's what I made. And that bass, I don't know who's got it now, but I enjoyed making that weird bass. Before I gave it to him, I go down with my band and play in a pub, and I used Johnny Whistle's bass, and people used to come and say, "What is that thing?" And he used it in Tommy, and it was pretty cool. He did it. He was had these people coming through, and he was doing a scene. They went da-da-da-dum-dum. He's doing like he was chopping off their heads with his hat, because it's shaped like a hatchet. And he's doing that. So that's my bass, and Tommy, right? And like I say, with this guitar that you made for me, right? I'm so proud of the fact that it's how old is the wood? I think it was 300 years old from a house. Oh, wasn't it?
There are parts of it that are, they all come from various things. Probably the top was some maple that I hand picked out probably when I first started doing this almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
And just sitting around waiting for the right job.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
And then the mahogany was I bought from someone. I traded for. I traded basically a classical guitar for a bunch of this old mahogany, and
wow.
This man that traded it to me, I think it was his stepfather, did missionary work down in Belize, and he was bringing this wood back all this time with plans of doing something great, and just never did anything with it.
Oh,
And
so this would come from Belize?
Yes, it's real Honduras mahogany.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And so,
I treasure this guitar, man. I really do. You can't get it back, Tom.
It's yours.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing that I love doing. Whereas I'll do something that is based in tradition here. Yours was just that was fun doing because it was just I had ideas in my head, you had ideas in your head,
right.
and we worked together and made it
Yes,
happen.
yes, we did. In fact, I have to take credit for drawing the body shape out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tommy's taking on my shape. He owes me. No, he don't. I'm gonna take this piece, Tommy. Okay, let's start off with this one. Go ahead with that. Go ahead, John. Let's start from the beginning. Start from the block.
Well, yeah, these days, where I also get, a lot of the woods from like old tables, old furniture and stuff. I'm also working with the idea now that I live on an 11.5-acre place out in the country.
Wow, that's nice.
Cutting my own lumber.
Wow.
And this is actually how it it actually starts from logs, but this a friend gave me as a sample.
Wow.
But it turns out it's catalpa wood, and it's there are 7 catalpa trees on my property.
Oh my goodness!
So if any of them get damaged by the storm, I'll be waiting with the
For them to
chainsaw.
fall down. You be praying for the trees. Most people don't pray for trees to fall in their land, But Tommy prays, God, please let that tree fall. Don't let it hit me, but let it fall. That's fantastic.
I do quite a bit of, I'm self-taught lumberjack, and I've gotten hit once, but I narrowly escaped. There was a branch hung up in a tree that I wanted to cut down, and they're like, that has to go first. And I wanted to see how well anchored it is, since I gave it a little tug, and it came right down, and I dove out of the way, and I was wearing the steel-tipped work boots and everything, but it still hit me in the heel so hard that it broke my heel.
God, man, you're lucky to be alive, Tommy.
And then last week, and I did the first of taking a tree down that was hung up in another tree, and that's supposed to be the most dangerous.
Oh wow!
And sure enough, I was make that cut. You hear that crack, and you run. And,
Oh yes,
and
yes.
top of the tree came off and fell right where I was standing.
Oh gosh.
So I'm going to probably start hiring other people to do that.
Okay, please do, Tommy. We need you here. And then you've cut. This is mahogany.
That is actually alder.
Alder, okay, like Leo made his guitars out of, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an alder body, a solid piece, okay. And this is mahogany, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you've, I'm gonna pick it up and shape it, and show the shape on it. You want to show them about that?
And it's,
okay.
they call it an arch top, like yours is, you can see it very
Yeah,
well
the
in
shape
the light
of it,
because of the
yeah.
gloss, but I do everything by hand. So when I carve these tops, I carve them with the violin maker planes, the way it was done 300 years ago. And there's no CNC routers or anything like that.
What by hand? Isn't that something?
So, and I kind of find that the more I'm doing it, the more and more I'm getting into, even though I've got a shop full of nice power tools, I'm getting into using the hand planes and finding that, no matter how great technology gets, you just can't match the old hand tools, knowing how to use them. And when I do
The old
these
violin makers and so forth.
these glue joints in the center, if I do a 2-piece or a 3-piece body, or in the case of this one, a 5-piece body,
Wow.
I plane those by hand. And when they do it in a factory, they use a joiner, and I'm sure you're familiar since you built it has a
Ripples.
spiral cutter head.
Mhm.
So even though it looks flat, there's microscopic scallops in
Yes,
there,
yes.
and that leaves a glue line. When you cut it with a perfect, razor sharp hand plane, it's just like a
Just
piece of
straight.
glass, and the 2 pieces go together, and that glue joint just disappears.
Wow.
And it's stronger than the wood itself.
Isn't that
So-
something? Wow. Well, Tommy, thank you so much for bringing this beautiful stuff in here for us to see today.
Well, thank
I think
you
it's
for having me.
marvelous, man, and I'm proud that I have actually met you. It's been an honor.
Likewise,
Thank
and
you.
It's been an honor. Working on this project for you. It's been,
Yes, it was absolutely gorgeous, man. It
Yeah,
just
it's been
fit
great
me like
seeing
a
it in
glove.
action tonight.
Oh, that's right. You've never really seen me play it, have you?
No, I haven't.
Wow, that is amazing,
Gave
Tommy.
it to you and moved away.
And moved away. I couldn't find you. That was amazing. But I'm glad we've recreated contact together. And I'm going to play some more music on your guitar, Tommy.
Already?
Do you want to play something for us?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay.
No, you guys
Thank
are
you.
on a whole nother level
Okay.
for me. That's why I'm the maker.
Okay, thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
Well, I've got beside me here Mr. Johnny Long, the greatest bass player let's see where. Oh no, in the world. In the world, right here. He's the greatest bass player in the world, right here.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
very lucky to have Mr. Long with us here. Mr. Long, you have a program that's coming up sometime this month, don't you?
I do. I have. Actually, I'll be on CBS on the 17th.
See that? See
Okay.
that? All right.
Me and my band.
Oh, go ahead with your bad self.
But on the 21st is when I'm going to have you
Oh,
on one of my engagements.
okay.
And what it is,
okay.
it's going to be at the Fairfield Library on Laburnum Avenue.
Okay, I know where that
And
is.
it
yes.
started at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
You know, and not only you gonna be there, of course, I'm gonna be there, and my band's gonna be there.
Okay, okay.
And then other people gonna be there.
Okay.
Michelle Cheesebarrel, a lot of other
Wow, that's fantastic.
artists. Herbert Pollard, I think he's gonna be there, and a couple other other individuals, acoustic players and stuff like that. But it's for Christmas. It's for the holiday.
Right,
So most of
exactly.
the music gonna be holiday music, but there will be other things happening too. But I just want to put it out there that you definitely gonna be there. You say you're gonna be there, right?
I'll be there.
Come on, man. You gonna be there, right?
I'm going to be there.
All right.
I'll
I'll be
shake
looking
on that.
for you.
I'm going to definitely be there, man. Make sure that I'm on time and everything.
Yeah, you better be
All
on time.
All
I ain't
right.
gonna let you-
Okay. All right.
I was joking,
I'll
man.
definitely be there on time.
I just want to say thank you, man, for allowing me to come on this show with you.
Thank you.
And,
for
and
being
I
there.
guess the other brothers can say the same thing.
Thank you, man.
For allowing us to come and be in your midst.
Oh, get out of here, man.
You know what I'm saying? And, it's an honor for us to do that, man. Just to be here.
man.
You know what I'm saying? To be with you.
Thank you.
So
Oh,
first
man,
of all, I
that's
just want to say
wonderful.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for even
Okay.
calling me
Oh,
when you
wow.
do have engagements.
Thank
Because you
you,
could
brother.
call a million other bass players, but you
Amen.
called me
Amen.
because you owe me.
Okay.
No, you called me. No, you called me because you love me,
I ain't paid
man.
you for the last gig, you see. That's what.
No,
no.
you called me because you love me.
I love you. I definitely.
And I'm gonna definitely be there for you, man. Every time
Thank you.
you
I
call,
really appreciate that, Johnny.
because I appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
It's been an evening of joy. It's been a very joyful hook up here with everybody, man. When you surround yourself, good night. When you surround yourself with friends, there's nothing better. You know, that's what Christmas is all about. Tommy, please come on over here.
Yeah, come on,
Come
Tommy.
on, Tommy. Yeah, come
You know,
on.
I had one of Tommy's guitars. I used to be his neighbor.
Is that right?
Lived next
Tommy,
door
I'm
to him. You're not gonna
sorry.
sit in my lap.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, no. Okay.
Amazing guitar player.
Yes, he
Amazing
is.
guitar builder.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
So, like I said, this is our little like immediate musical family here. You know, I mean, all my friends I've known for a long time since I moved to Richmond. I've met you guys, and it's been a joy in my whole life to do that. And here to be, I'm very, very, very honored to be here tonight with people that are sincere and complete friends. It touches me right in the heart, and this is what Christmas is all about. It's about love and friendship and honor, all of these things that we have, and I'm so proud to be in the midst of you guys, man. It's just it's overwhelming. It's just more than I can't explain it, you know, how it feels. Thank you very much, and we're glad to be with you tonight. We're so glad to be able to come in your house, and thank you for tuning in and listening to us tonight and enjoying these musicians and me, Tommy, and it's been a wonderful thing. Thank you very much again. Okay, and I'll be saying good night to you until the very next time, and we're gonna try to bring these guys back to you again and see if we can play some more music for you. You gonna play some more music with Tommy? We'll take it out.
Yeah, we can.
Let's do it. Let's get it. Okay, what we got? What we gonna do, fellas? Okay, Deck the Halls in the key of F. Okay. While Tommy's getting his bass together, we're gonna do Deck the Halls. Hallelujah.
Tommy now.
1, 2, 3, 4.